Okay, so I've warmed this up. Came out of the fridge. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. And then here's somebody who thinks he's gonna get something, but he's not. And then I just take about 2 tablespoons of that and I just put it in the slow feeder bowl. Smash it around. And then let's see if this dumps out. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh. Well, it is filming day. Oh, all right. And then I just do that because the food that I just microwaved, the homemade stuff, usually he gets like, 3 little teaspoons on top to kind of break up the hot. But he's going to think he won the lottery today. That's what happens when mama's sick. All right, so all the rules go out the window of the house. But then that's, Cooper, come here. So we'll just, there you go, buddy. I love you. And then that's his meal. Hey, Mochi, you want to say hi to everybody? Such a good boy. Okay, everybody, these are the ingredients, and I have them all pulled together. I'm filming this on a day when I had to stay home because I have the most horrendous cold, and he actually is totally out of food, so I'm forced to get up and do this, which is, you have to. So let's go over the main ingredients. Let's go over the ingredients and then we'll go over that stuff. So ground turkey, chicken, or very lean ground beef, or any kind of beef. Also, organs are really good, like liver. So that has a high level of protein. Now listen, I should have started out with, I'm not a vet. I just pretend to be one on YouTube. I'm sorry, that's from a commercial. I'm not a vet, but my vet knows that I'm doing this and has given me like 5 stars, said most people don't go to this kind of effort. And it's really not a lot of effort at all. So I slice these up. So banana, 2 or 3, and sometimes blueberries, but I don't have any. And I can't go to the store right now because I just don't feel good. And then eggs. I put 8 in here. This is my Texas ware bowl. You guys, fun story. That is my most prized possession. That was our family popcorn bowl when I was a little girl. We would sit and watch Wonderful World of Disney and Wild Kingdom. And my mom and dad would make popcorn and we'd all eat out of that bowl, all 5 of us, with apples. I don't know if my mom remembers that, and then one time, so I got this somehow, and I'm trying to see if, I don't think you can see it. Somebody left it on the burner. I think it was me as an adult, and there's a little, but that's my most prized possession. Can you imagine? Nowadays, that's a serving for me. Go figure. Okay, so some kind of ground beef, some eggs. I was told by the vet to add some more protein, and that's how he suggested I do it. And then frozen green beans. I get the cut ones, 2 bags, because that's a really good filler. I buy probably 95% of this from Aldi all the time. And honestly, if I ate like this, I'd be so skinny. Rice, it doesn't matter if it's regular or instant. 1 can, so 3 different cans of beans, unseasoned, unflavored. And then pumpkin, which makes it more smooth. Okay, so green beans, I usually add more. Any kind of butternut squash. I stay away from potatoes and starches, but do add a bag of frozen peas. And then chicken broth, beef broth, whatever. And I do try to stay away from the salted version. And you guys, this is it. So I open everything up and throw it in the crock pot, which I will show you. I cook this and I scramble that, and that's because that way it's easier to disperse through the food when it crocks. Now, I have one in the sink with the dirty dishes, real life. These are the containers that I put them in. And then what I do, and I'll show it at the end, what I do is I freeze it, and then I pull a few out in the refrigerator each day. And when I microwave it, it's hot, so I add a little topper. I used to add some kind of like fish oil and stuff, but that was too much fat for him. And he actually got sick to where he could have died. So now I just add a little bit of this food. These are super crazy, like 50 cents at Aldi and $1.59 at Aldi. So I just add a couple tablespoons. And I think this morning I filmed something. I don't know. I've just coming out of a nap. Okay, so I'm going to open all this up and get it in the crock pot. Okay, so I do brown the meat, kind of chop it up. And it's kind of best like to do this so that when it starts cooking, it disperses good as you stir it. So that's why I will scramble the eggs also before I put them in. Also, since I'm chopping this and talking to you guys, the rice, I just eyeball it. And I am a person who can't seem to learn how to cook rice. So I buy instant rice. And I just eyeball it, trying to be very aware that I'm not adding more rice than liquid, obviously, because the rice is going to suck up. Also, letting you know, I tried pasta once, and it was because I was a little low on rice. I don't think it's the healthiest, and it mushed up so bad in the crock that it just made the whole thing just look wrong. And remember, he's got teeth that need to be used. So I don't know, it just kind of clogged the whole process. So I would not recommend pasta even as a filler. And also, you don't have to get the meat 100% cooked because it's going to crock. So I hope that this little tidbits help you. So I'm going to turn the camera off now. I can hardly breathe, and I'm like... Oh yeah, and another thing is, because it's so low fat and a lot of this is just water, I just leave that in there, because also it's good for him to have a little bit of fat. I mean, that's good for everybody. Good fats are good for us. We need that for our neurons to replenish. Don't I sound like a educated individual? But I also, while that's cooking, I'm just going to show you guys, I pulled out my little book that I have. It's just a half a year stalogy. And I did research on my breed. Isn't that hilarious? I don't know where I got it. I did research on my breed. Cooper, you want to say hi to everybody? We're making your food. Yeah. And the foods that were not good for him and the foods that are acceptable. I'll just pause here. You can write that down, screenshot it, whatever the case may be. So these are all acceptable. I got all this information from Google. And then these are the no-no foods, you guys. And like fat trimmings like bacon and stuff like that. Don't give it to your dog. Obviously alcohol. And then, what did that... Oh, this is stuff that I was buying from Amazon. But yeah, I didn't really use this much. But I'm glad I have those notes. And so it's okay. For the amount of food I'm making, this little bit of water and fat is minimal. So I'm going to, let me see if I can do it. Turn off the burner. I'm going to pour this into the crock pot. And just put that. See, that's not very much meat for 2 weeks. Oh, okay, there we go. And then there's all my supplies. And I'll open those up and be back with you in a second. Okay, so this is halfway through. And I put in the meat and the beans, the pumpkin, and the eggs. I do not drain the beans. I'm so sorry about my voice, you guys. I am wiped out. This is taking all I can do, but like I said, he's out of food and I have to make it. So it'll crock while I go back to bed. So I just have it set on low for 6 minutes or 6 hours. And Because remember, a lot of this is already cooked. Actually, you know what? I should put it on, high. Oh my gosh, my nails. Ugh. I'm going to put it on high for 2 hours. Alexa, set a timer for 2 hours.
2 hours, starting now.
I love this part. Alexa, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a little creepy. Okay, oh my God. Okay, so, and I put the rice in the middle because that lets the fluids, you know, kind of work on the rice, if that makes sense. So let me add the rest of the stuff. Okay, so I've got pretty much everything in there. It is good to chop the bananas up. And, oh my goodness, I got to go back to bed. I was going to do a voiceover, but I think I'm okay. You know what? This is what, you guys, this is what real life is like. You get sick, you got something you got to do, and it just is what it is. Yeah, I just have like a really bad head cold because I know I'm going to get comments. You know what, the COV, you know, it's not. I have really bad head cold, and it's like making me really worn out too. I did not sleep at all last night. Okay, and I probably won't edit this while I'm sick because I really do have to go back to bed. But just pour the chicken broth over and it's going to look really soupy, you guys. But Alexa goes off in 2 hours. I will
February 18th, 2022 at 5:38 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh my God. Alexa, thank you.
You are so very welcome.
So when you know who goes off at 2 hours, I will then change that to low and then crock it for another 4. And so I'll be back with you in a second. For you guys, for me, it's a nap, a cold tablet, and some juice, watered down juice. All right. Okay, so I've had an afternoon of rest sitting in my chair. Yeah, I think I'm on the mend a little bit, but again, I'm just holding the camera. There's not a lot of extra effort. I will not have the energy right now to edit this video. So it's pretty much done cooking, and I'm going to just set that over there. But this is what I do. So, and I wanted to say, I'm doing this video while I'm homesick because 1, he needs food, and 2, this is going to last him like 3 weeks. And I have had numerous emails and numerous comments, and I just thought, you know what, let's get the information out there. So I will edit this video when I feel better. And so don't worry about me. I'm fine. If this video goes up, that means I got better and I was able to edit it. So yeah, it's one of those head colds that, like, you get body aches, and then so I'm just kind of stirring it around a little bit. Well, you get body aches and you just sit in the chair, and if I lay down, my head just feels like a bowling ball. So, but life happens, you know. It's basically the cold. I basically have a really bad head cold. That's my air fryer I got for Christmas, and I love it. Anyways, you can see how this cooked up. Look at little Munchkin here. He knows what's happening. And so I'm just going to stir it a little bit. So again, sorry about my stuffed up nose. So these are the containers. I store them in these like oblong type. They're very good for storage. And I'm going to fill these up. These are from Ziploc. If I can find them on Amazon, I will. They're half a cup. Then I take my scoop, which I think I got from Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef, where did they go? I've not been invited to a party for years and years. So I'm going to take Oh my goodness. I really don't feel good. So it's about 6 hours later. And again, you don't want mush, but you want it to like be a little bit compact. I don't even know. I wasn't even looking at the camera. So I'm going to mush this up just a little bit and just kind of make some of the pieces smaller. And cinematography at its best. Not? Okay, so I'm going to smush that up. And then I'm going to just scoop and fill these up, and then I'll show, and then I just cover them, and then I put some in the fridge and some in the freezer. Okay, so I've got pretty much all of that scooped into the containers, and I let it cool, and then we're set to go. He gets one in the morning and one at night. And I also have a little dinner for him so that I don't have to like clean the container. And it's right here. This is the slow feeder bowls. Let me show you, because schnauzers eat really fast. And he's a schnauzer mix, a miniature schnauzer. Anyways, these come in a pack of 2, and they're very reasonably priced. I will link them below. I did get them off Amazon, and he does love it. So I want to say in parting that I'm fine, because I know there's a lot of caring people that watch my videos that would be like, oh, you're sick. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I just have a really horrid cold. And Cooper loves this. I am not a vet, but my vet is fully aware of what I'm doing and has endorsed it for me and Cooper, for Cooper and I. And I'll show you Cooper because he's hot for that bowl. And so his poops, and I'm not trying to be gross, but this is really important. His poops are very solid and an appropriate size. They're not runny like cow pies. And so he's very healthy. And Cooper, can you sit? Will you sit? Will you sit? Good boy. Thank you. He's also maintained his weight for... actually lost a couple of pounds, and then he's maintained his healthy weight for going on 3 years this summer. So I'm very, very happy that I decided to do this for him. And so, yeah, I'm not a vet. I always say check with your vet, and you do you, what's right for you and your animal. But I hope that this is a very healthy option and for a very low price. I'm going to say, goodness, let's see. I can't even. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll try to give you a general price. I didn't even think to do that, you guys. So, all right. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Cooper, you want supper? There you go. And I hope that it helps you. That's why I did it, because that's gonna last us like 3 weeks. And so I wanted to get this video up because I've had numerous people request it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and always enjoy today. Bye, everybody.